Actually, the school segment is come to Bangalore for this private operating system for the past, you can say, around 14 to 15 years. Before that, each schools used to buy their own vehicles and do the operation. Now, after this system has implemented in Bangalore, practically, what has happened? The difficulty in getting staff, basically drivers and maintenance of the vehicles, schools were facing problem. So what they have done, they have taken the outsourcing system from the operators for the school segment. So that's how the people like us who have invested huge amount in the school transportation. So here what we do, we buy the vehicles for the purpose of the school operation exclusively, because if the school is not taking service from us, we cannot utilize these vehicles for any other purpose as per our permit condition. We have to exclusively use it for school purpose only. Now after the COVID-19 pandemic has started, what has happened? The schools are not paying us any amount. The reason what they say is parents are not paying to us for the school transport. So why the parents are not paying to the school? The parents will take the reason as we are not used to utilizing the transport service, because the education system is happening only through the online. So online system, why we have to pay for the transport? But the poor transporters like us, we have to pay without fail to the finance companies. At least now moratorium now government has given up to August month. There is a confusion whether it will continue or not. Schools anyway, the government decision has come now almost that it is not going to happen up to until December. So once the moratorium ceases on August, what we are supposed to do? What is our fate? From where we will pay the monthly EMI? Schools don't take any responsibility. Now from our side, almost I think in Karnataka you can say around 18,000 more than job is lost in this segment. Especially drivers, ayas. Ayas means mostly ladies. They are also, as per the Supreme Court order, it is compulsory to be in the bus from the starting pickup point to the drop point for the safety of the female children. So we have to take care of the family of one driver and one ayah and other supporting staff in the school segment. So all of them lost job because of this issue, because we cannot continue to support them without getting payment from our clients, means the schools. Now schools have taken two reasons for not paying to us. First of all, they say that they find it difficult to get the tuition fee itself from the parents, because many parents are thinking why we have to pay the full tuition fee, because they are doing online classes, they are not utilizing the infrastructure. Secondly, the parents' main contention is we are not utilizing the transport at all. So why we have to pay for the transport? But here what happens? We have taken 4 or 5 years EMI commitment from the bank while buying the new buses for the operation of the school pickup and drop.
So you can check with the school, that means the corporate schools who are running private schools, their responsibility, no? See, you cannot blame the parents. You have to check with the school who are running, they have to make a responsibility of your services. Why means, as you told, that particular vehicle belongs to school service only. You cannot use for any other tourist services. So in that such cases, the school should be responsible for the payment. You cannot blame the parents, correct?
Actually, you are right. Our contention was also the same thing. But in the school segment operation in Karnataka, we are maximum 15 people are operating in the school segment. We don't have huge in number like in tourist segment or employee transport segment. Very handful people only doing, this is a high risky area So only few people have taken this risk of operating for the schools. And most of the schools, no, I'll say 100% schools, what they say that they itself are into big problem because of normalcy is not reinstated still. So we cannot support you in any way by giving the support of paying the bank commitment or for the staff salary or our insurance or other tax or other kind of statutory payments. So they say big no. So when many schools what they have done, they already cancelled the running contract itself. To get a remedy or on some solution, we have to approach the court of law, which is very difficult to sustain for the future years for us. So we are in a deep trouble. What our request is, government of Karnataka should interfere in the matter and get a support from the schools by paying a percentage of our fixed cost, so that this industry will continue and the kind of staff we give them employment in each schools. They are all from the financially backward areas. So we give them all statutory support like Provident Fund, employees insurance, all that support we are giving. Now they are gone to the level that they are not getting their livelihood for every day. The situation has gone to that extent. You know how difficult to get the payment from the private segment now. Even let it be corporate also. Because from my fellow operators, I understood many of them have not got the payment of last year's operation itself. Because the reason they take the exemption saying that they are also into a financial crisis now. Because they also taken huge loans from the financial institutions for their buildings, for their other infrastructure facilities. So they also get into a difficult situation because of the COVID pandemic. So what they say that they can pay only if the parents pay a certain percentage of the transport fee to the establishment. Here parents to make the payment, there should be some kind of support should be given from the government side. Like government should give an instruction to the parents, because of this issue, you have to make a certain percentage of the last year's transport fee. Suppose last year's one student's transport fee is 20,000 for 1 annum. You should at least pay 10,000 this year just to support the other like facilities, like to facilitate the EMI and the basic necessities of the operator, like the tax or the insurance. Now tax is also not fully waived. In Karnataka, we have got waiver only for 2 months. Okay, for education institution, there is a special tax structure, which is compared to the other segment, it is very low. You can say a normal 32-seater or 40-seater bus, it is coming amounting to around 3,000 to 3,500 rupees only for 1 annum. So our biggest problem or challenge what we face now is to get the support of financial institutions to continue our business for the next year. Say, in corporate segment, mainly, the credit facility is going on. See, even in employee transport also, very few companies correctly on month to month give the payment promptly. Most of the companies, they take the advantage of the operators' difficulty and they'll take the credit facility of 90 days to 120 days like that. So here in school segment also, you can say maybe because of the competition, maybe because of the some certain other reasons, they take the advantage of the late payment system. So when this issue happened in March, many of us were supposed to receive payment from many schools. They have abruptly closed according to the central government's rule to close because lockdown started. And after that, we are not allowed to meet the department, accounts department or the administration department, citing the reason that, we are completely closed. And now we are facing a shortage in the finances. So it will take time for you to make the payment. So many institutions are taking advantage of this. even though they have collected money in advance from the parents, they are not correctly making the payment to the vendors.
So that's why I asked, if one kid not paid the fees on time, the kids will be not entertained to make any such classes, correct? In that situation, they are making outstanding of the vendors, then how much it will be correct?
It is not correct, but simultaneously there is one more issue. For the tuition fee payment also for this year, Karnataka government has given a clear instruction that you cannot threaten the parent or forcefully take the fees from the parents for non-payment issues. So many parents are taking this as a beneficial to them, something like that, because even though they have money, they are not paying on time. Many parents are taking advantage of the situation.
So finally, your people are suffering.
Yes, we operators, small level operators who do because in the school transport, unlike the other transport system, it is huge risks involved and very difficult in operations also. And in a small complaint happens from the driver or hostess also, we are held responsible from the school side. And in spite of taking all this kind of risk ourselves, we are now left nowhere in the situation because of this situation. And there is no government help is coming to us. There is no help from the schools also coming to us. There is no help from the parents also coming to us. What we are supposed to do it? Once the situation moves into a positive level, we really don't know we will be alive to start the operation that time.
So you already most of the schools start collecting payment from the parents for the kids. So now you will not get any fund from that?
Absolutely, there is zero funds are allotted to us from June onwards. No schools are paying to us.
So you given any letter to the government for stating this?
We have given already letter to the Minister of Transport and the Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka also, but there is no solution has come, because the biggest problem what I see is in schools transport operating system is not being properly considered or approved by government, because many of the government, even the RTO officials, think that this buses, since we don't keep our name in the buses, it will be all registered in the name of school. Many of the government system or transport commissionerate also think that these buses are actually owned and operated by the school only. Actually, what you told is absolutely correct. This issue have to be sorted out with the help of government of Karnataka only, because the schools will take a stand that we don't have the funds or supporting funds to support the staff of the vendor. It's not only transport vendors, even the vendors are there in schools for housekeeping, for security, and so many other areas they have outsourced the schools. But now what is happening? Most of the schools, apart from the vendor staff, the school's own staff is being terminated on account of lack of fund support from the school. Not only the vendor staff, even the school own staff which is under their payroll is being removed. So situation has gone to that dangerous level, and here we intend to get a support only through government of Karnataka. I am Manoj Padikkal. I am the chairman of South Zone School Transport Operators under Bus and Car Operators Confederation of India. And we take care of the South India, 5 states School Transport Operators Association. It is Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu.